Elsewhere, Ukrainian President Zelensky has strongly criticized Germany again and urged Berlin not to prioritize its relations with Russia over Ukraine's defense. This comes just before a planned trip to Ukraine by the Chancellor Scholz and French President Macron and Italian Prime Minister as well, who are all going to be meeting this week for more engagements on this. Let's get more from Thomas Sparrow, who is with our partners, Deutsche Welle. Thank you, Thomas, for joining us. So why has Zelensky criticized Germany and what exactly did he say?
Ukrainian President Zelensky criticized Scholz and German officials, saying Ukraine needs certainty when it comes to Berlin's support to Ukraine. He urged Germany not to prioritize its relations with Russia over Ukraine's defense. This criticism is strong, but it's not new. Germany has been criticized since the beginning of the war, not only because of its economic ties with Russia, in particular its dependence on Russian energy, but also because of what some consider is a slow support towards the Ukrainian government. This is evident when it comes to weapons, and in particular heavy weapons. Germany has promised heavy equipment to Ukraine, but so far comparatively little has actually reached Kiev.
Earlier we were talking about the involvement and a planned visit by German Chancellor Scholz, Macron and the Italian Prime Minister as well. Why are they planning a visit now?
This has been described as a show of European unity, and in particular it is probable that two topics will be discussed. One is Ukraine's possible EU membership, or at least its candidate status. Ukraine has said a long time that it wants some sort of EU path, and as such it is expected that that will be one of the topics under discussion. A second topic, a particularly controversial one here in Germany, is the issue of weapons, and in particular heavy weapons. Germany and other countries have promised weapons for Ukraine. Ukraine has nevertheless said that it still needs more, than not everything has arrived or has been delivered appropriately. And in particular, in the case of Germany, this is something that has been under discussion here in Berlin, to what extent Germany's promises of deliveries to Ukraine have also been met. When will essentially Ukraine receive those heavy weapons that Germany promised?
The criticism by Ukraine.
Basically, every time that Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor, has a chance to speak, he reflects on these statements and says that Germany is indeed supporting Ukraine, that Germany is in fact doing a lot to help Kiev. But obviously he is aware of those criticisms, and as such he has stressed that Germany will continue to give Ukraine its weapons, the weapons that it might need. And that is also probably something that Olaf Scholz will stress in his visit to Ukraine. The fact that Germany may not have delivered all of the weapons, Olaf Scholz stressed that that has to do with the fact that in some cases, in some of those weapons, Ukrainian soldiers need to be trained first. In fact, they are being trained here in Germany, and as such, it is probable that in the next few days, also in the next few weeks, some of the most important weapons will indeed be delivered to Ukraine.
Well, Thomas Sparrow, I'm grateful. And that's all we have for you in this package of The Pulse. I'm Blessed Sogan. Don't forget to log on to myjoyonline.com. We have updates for you there. Next, it's Let's Talk Showbiz.